benefit all sentient beings, and for in order to attain the state of enlightenment, in order to benefit all sentient beings, for that very purpose, then attend to the teaching.
Seje chu kasonta chayu sede de pechir sar nabo duji na ga singi chimbu je de chigala ani chayu sede ba yimba ode sede.
So now the teaching which we are about to discuss now, how to visualize or envision the W or the object of refuge. We covered that yesterday. There's the space in front, a huge throne, precious throne raised by 8 lions, and above which we have visualized the object of refuge.
Chayu de so ne rage za lama da jo doji chante yirma chiba ji ge kholu dom betiche. Ta ma yin de ta le yebe sanje jasen pa u kandu. Changma lo be ane lama yida yirme ngo yin ba che ma do konzu be za chi chung yoba de de men ba yongzo be tuju ji ba yin ba. O de ge yi chi ge de ba go.
So the object of refuge, or the in Tibetan W, our object of refuge, there are two, at the center, the Guru Chakra Samvara and one's own Guru, inseparable from both from each other. That and also the all others who are around the Guru, like the Buddha, sort of meditation deities, Buddhas, and Buddha sons, and Dagas and Dagini, every one of them, we shouldn't have the degree that some are higher than other. They all are equal in the sense that they all share same mental stream, that of the Buddha and that of the one's Guru and meditation deity, inseparable from each other. So with such a strong regard, then one should seek or take the refuge.
Ali Jevada Jusavi Pemada, Davede Chida, Davada Nimeden Sube, Lama Yedam with Tujuji, and Tavshik Morit. Don't have the Jaji Sintonia Dobelo de Nime Chingur. Konzo Jaji Sintuji Chimud and Dave Chingur. On the Niji Chimbu de Nirva Singela, maybe Niji Chimbu de Koandaliji, the Ochimburi, Niji Chimusinata, Nagakoso Niji Chimusid, the Ochimu Kogo. So, any Damli Chin and Damji Jiji Magu, Pema, the Sumba, Chabali Chin, and Chabe Jiji Magu, Yinza, Pema de Ochim somebody, Nijim somebody. The day in the Kangalobe, Lame Togu Naru, Kusun to Naru Shadari, Mado, Maransabe, Nanzu Surabu, Combatant Chida, Jukaga, Simjuga Maduke, Midbeg, Simjuga Dukaza in the Tenegazuchi San Salaton Jumari.
So, every one of them, not only the beings we have on the top of that lotus and sun cushion, but even the lotus, the moon, and sun disk, even them are the very manifestation of the Guru's mind in the aspect of them as a symbology, like the sun disk resemble, or this is a symbolic for the Guru's realization of the absolute Bodhicitta, his insight into emptiness. This moon disk for the relative Bodhicitta, and the lotus is symbology for symbolic for the great bliss or the compassion. In Tantra, great bliss or the compassion could they are just the same here, that just as the lotus, though born from the pond and the mud, but it is unstained by the stain of the mud. In the same way is compassion. And so every one of them are the manifestation of the very thought and the inseparability of the mind of the Guru and the meditation deity in the form of these cushion, sun disk, lotus, and moon disk. They are not separate from each other the way it is for us. Our residents and resident us are looked at separate, but for them they are just the same, non-distinguishable from each other. So now they look up in your sadhana where it says, in the space before me stands Guru Chakra Samvara, father and mother, encircled with the host of figures, and my root guru and lineage gurus, and the Yidam's three jewel of the refuge, attendants and guardian protectors. So every one of them we had on the circle of the refuge, right? So what we talk and what we recite in a daily prayer, if they don't meet with each other, it wouldn't work. So we have to make sure that whatever we have written here, those are present on that object. So whereas the condensed way of doing that will be much simpler in terms of the visualization, named as Nobuluk in the system of the Tsem system, or Nobuluk in tradition of the Tsem. Then in that case, that you can visualize your guru in the aspect of the Dorje Che or the Vajra Dharma, and him being the embodiment of the old guru, embodiment of old meditation deities, embodiment of old Buddhas, and embodiment of old object of refuge. Him being the embodiment of all the entire object of refuge, and we can visualize. So in our daily, this is when we do the sadhana in such a ritual or in such a ceremony, that we need to visualize this. That otherwise, in a daily taking refuge, we may not have our object of refuge envisioned or visualized. That may not be necessary that all the time to have our object of refuge envisioned, since our entire object of refuge are ever present. That it's ever present, always ever present, and they are always looking after us. They are always wishing the best for us, and they always are fully informed about us, and their affection is always with us. The only thing which lacks connection is our faith and devotion towards them. That if we don't fail on our devotion, that their full understanding and affection and wisdom is all ever with us. So their compassion is ever extended on us.
That is what Jedu Geje Shevarita, Remato, David again, this one, you send it in Jivache. Tajason to her Susura, Yajan Cheke, Rangatala Sijan Tamji Jaguari, Ranga Party Yelija, Mati Yelija, Pimpija Yun Nilija, Yoguda Yun Jelija, Ranga Loma of Yogu Yuna, Jelija, the Itala, Nibe, Rizu Sijan Tamje, to no Musin Sunshine Jambe, Keja Shashing, Tada Kodoke, Zuta me endeavor. Kangolo me never change such a do than ever now Mushi Kun, Sijan Tamje, rangi thada yo samaje.
So now this is as it's about the object of refuge, and now the one who takes the refuge, the one who is going to take the protection, the oneself. Now we can visualize seated, and on the left one's mother, on the right one's father, and in front one's relatives, at the back one's others who are one's friends and others, and including the entire population of sentient beings that no matter whether they're insects or whatsoever, but in the form of human ability to use the human way of communication.
Rangi thada yo seja rangda cheba tsama logi be kunjo go yönden chene. Rang jiba le cho, jiba ti le be jiba ge be shira jig de ko da nge so do nge jig tele cho be kunjo le roje le ke redu ge bon le ke ne kunjo rang chen san be lu ma yesu juba chi ri ko ya cho lu chi go yo be ma ba che.
So that everyone present, visualized and present, that unequivocally all of them have a sincere the knowledge of the ability of the three jewel to grant us the protection, and also with the appreciation of the great realization of the all three objects of refuge, and with sincere fear towards the suffering of the lower realms and so on, and need for the protection, and with the understanding that the three jewels are incapable of the taking care of if once we seek the refuge under them. So with that kind of understanding and relationship, then takes the refuge with the one's body, speech, and mind.
Rangi semila tso rangi chire, yama sula mba zamre. Susu semila ni rangda ma seja tamje, kowa da nga songi donge ki njib, donge ki be shento ni njigni, donge tili she ne. Ganchi thoma meba ni kowa da donge ki nga songi donge ta meba yang sari re.
So, that one visualize or one think about this, like for instance oneself, that we have since the beginningless time, they're being fearful, they're extremely fearful about this predicament and the suffering of the endless suffering of the worldly existence which we have undergone, worldly existence in general, and suffering of three lower realms in particular since the beginningless time, and still seeing no end to that.
Tana penche la ine men donge nyang shaba lebe manga, janjur tunjur ke manga chibe nyangju deyo re.
So we have undergone that those suffering so far, and still that we have more to come on our way that could be multiplicable by the hundreds or the thousands or 100,000s more so than what we have faced already so far.
Janjur jyotila ran jiba tang ishi ni gor tang chena donge tele njik bache. Ta tanda teba shimbu yin zang jiba tegi tola sijin jiba li jo pen jiba te gore. So kowa li tribe onto tonga chene time lang li shu ne rachumari ji toga chene seben jiba kowa li triwa re de shewe jiba li ma ride yo re. Chena shewe jiba li trina sanje gore. Chana siji jiba tsangwali driwe che tobe kunjo songla mato resa tsani yo ma re. Kunjo songla jamru chigi na siji jiba tada driwe re sambi ichi che.
So, to take a proper refuge, we need these two factors. We need these two factors. First, the being fearful about the suffering and afflictions of the worldly existence, and particularly the suffering of the three lower realms. And second factor is one's strong conviction that the three objects of refuge, that they do have the capabilities to save us if we take the shelter in them. And these are the two factors. So to make it a Mahayana way of taking refuge, above those two, we need addition. That is the not only suffering of the those fear of the worldly existence and the three lower realms in particular, but this fear of the extreme in the state of the worldly existence and the state of nirvana. That even though one could cross the border of the worldly existence and attain nirvana, but one still is caught in that end, and one fear of the nirvana, and one still is not enlightened. So thus one needs to get out of that, and to get out of that state, one needs the help of the three jewel.
That he got la teba chimbi jangrulia, niji jigori, senja taji dongaji nawa niriji sambe she mezebe niji jigori, jangru sungori. Tujan number sanji bala tsoya ki jangrula niji mene diori. Dari niji gori.
So thus to make it a Mahayana way of taking refuge, we need above that we need the compassion that our strong sympathy towards this suffering of the all sentient beings, their situation.
That Jayu said that Jayu Kangalobe, Jem Hazini, two Zewachimbe, Shirag, two Nebuchadnezzar, there was some dongori.
After envisioning the object of refuge, we should have all of them, the facing towards oneself, and being very attentively watching at you and with full of sincere affection.
Tu Zewata, tu Jibada, Shen Zume, Danda Jebama, Bejengsi, don't say, tu the Shindu Chimbujim, Shirag, tu Nibu Yuzurujima, Zishu, Saldongori.
So we have to think, we have to work like that they watching at us with the full of affections and concern, and they're being extremely mindful about our concern, and they're full of affection and concern and compassion upon us.
Sanje Tanje Mazu tu Nia da Yomare, Maransu Chetan Shenjani, Sanje Suki Chisuya Kanga, Majeviche, Maimba Lova Shada Chigdes and Tunia da Yomarewa, Tuju. So,
and with strong concern and being pleased with us, of course, that it is very difficult for them to be pleased with us, because that we do what we are not supposed to, and as we always involve in the activities, what we are not supposed to, so there's no way we could be of any pleasing to them.
There is Sanje no Jansin to Niag Tandaro, Chichumara, Onzo. Sije Tanjaka Tandalabe, Sanlo Chitoni, Dojine Jubenya Nejiche, Sansaruchi, Janju Simji said, the Legaji Cheva is a two Shivuji Nirugri.
But at this occasion, that we do have a very good reason that they are very pleased with us, because we are deciding that to do something for the well-being of all sentient beings, and to incorporate the practice of the great Vajra Yogini. And so they have a very good reason that they are very pleased for the choice we are making.
Maraza Sinjing Tundal, Sanje Tunu Sin to Samba Yori, Sanje Sugumala, Sinjing Toma to Gumashia Yomari. There is a Sinjing Tunda with temperature sound on the Shira to Nigurava. So our decision was, our wish is to attain the state of enlightenment so that we could benefit sentient beings, and that is the very key wish of the old Buddhas too. That is their interest. So thus that really makes them happy or please them. Pena amachila puguchi pugutebe puguchile mebaje pugude shigangemo amekala zawane manyeba maje sese jedenge jiyona nimaji pugudebe 야고제네 배 저바 야고제 아메 칼리에 데르티 올레가 야고시 배 둥어서모 야고시 오지 제요나 아마 되죠다 말지 그거리 다리 있는 게 보고도 야고시 오지 차셔 강요로서 배 가고시 오지 용거리 되죠 칼리에 되게 보고 지급에 내가 제발래 그 니마지리 야고시 전에디 아마 가고시 용거리 다 나중에 산지 속에 그 주문 제리지도 송네가 걸어놓어 요리 다 같이 맞아봐 많이 로바 샤다체 단답해라. 사제 상은 도체서 다다리 전에 신제가 살도 정신 살도 대하지게 배 상하게 난주지 살도 저는 고치 소용과 제와 인자 사제도 니 다치지 그래.
So for instance, if a mother has her only child or two children, the one very obnoxious, always trying to do just the opposite of what is expected, and always trying to annoy her, and all of a sudden, if there's a little change in him, and trying to be real nice and working real hard, that day, she will be most happy with that child, and much happier than a well-behaved child. That other child who is very well behaved, that because that he has been so obnoxious for so long, that little change in him that pleases her best. In same way that we have been, doing all our activities has been just quite disgusting to them for a long time. But at this occasion, as we are just trying to do something for the well-being of others and coming on the right track, so it makes them much happier than we have been well behaved all the time.
What the negative set up, Joe set up, Rangi Jungle Ching, Sinjin set up, Tachanu Mone Janete, Radama Sinja Tamje, Kodang and So Sinji Jibale, Be Jibaki Tani, Telejob, nobody Guyula Yoba Yishi, Deva Chixia.
So,
ordinary Deva Tea on the Masija Taje, Chirangi, Jevro no. 토사돈 마서 가르쳐 링지 이게 내려지 리두전 봐 이렇게 텔레정도 수그래.
So our fear for the suffering of the worldly existence and three lower realms in particular, the suffering of the two extreme of the being falling in the extreme of the worldly existence or falling in the extreme of the nirvana, and our knowledge that, or our knowledge or conviction that the three refuge, they do have the capability to save us from those fear or from those predicament, and our sincere regard or the respect towards them, and our total commitment, our total devotion. So with all of them present, then we should take the refuge.
Salo Tegayamane didn't do it. No, Dadan, Katanya Bessia Tamjes, ya, Dadan Sidon Ramje. Tayo Telegash Chegidena, Dada Tanya do you be dodging when Zinguri to Supposed to say. Tali, Dadan Sidon Maje. Dadan, Nake Tatanya Bessia Tamjes, Nake Gasha Singing Chimney Yori, Tatanya Bessia, Nake Tatabet, but Taracha Bessia Tajaranga Tagu do you, teacher.
So, then, with these motivations, with this attitude, then we can begin with our prayer, which is on second line, so paragraph where it says, I and all living beings equal to the extent of space. And starting from there, of course, if we start I, like it again takes a lot of discussion that we meant here conventional I and so on. So no, let's not get on it, but I myself and the living beings equal to the extent of space, that in terms of their being numberless.
Simjins Karesana, Semiyozan Simjin Javare, Semiyori. Mosin Chijine Simjiwayori. Be 다 그런 zu도 지중도 시제연대 지중의 베리바야니 다지 시제연대의 시와도 심나시 참고 지원을 도마매버리가 심리 지원이 제가 심리요 저 심지에 지원.
Why do we call sentient beings? Because they have the mind. Even a minute bug, they have the mind. Insect, they have the mind, so they are called sentient being, and they are called sentient being, and just in terms of size of the magnitude of their form, like some are huge and some are small, and some are gifted with some are better intelligence and some are less intelligent, and so on. But whatever, as they're endowed with mind, or as they are endowed with mind, so they are called sentient beings. And
세제 리수자 마이바 세제 직자 말해봐 탐제세 세제 용수도 탐제 안들 지바 탐제를 세제 지바 탐제를 잡네 공원서마도 저지사 여마 저서 잡으러 나스 다다마스 나게 타다냐면 세제 탐제스 간스 잡으려서는 다 잡순도가 장을 이렇게 정주 쉬고 여지고 여제버려 그렇지 그 다리네 좀 산제 마토고 봐도 저 마토 대사매다 여지사 매죠 그 내내 좀데.
So, the all sentient beings, now everyone countable as sentient beings who are endowed with mind, that every one of us, that from this moment till enlightened, we are enlightened, that we give our trust, as we give our full trust for our protection in you, the three jewels. In you, the three object of three jewel, in the three jewel, that from now until we are enlightened, that every one of us, that there's nobody else but the three jewel, only the three jewel could protect us. So thus we take refuge from now till or every one of us are enlightened.
다리네 소도 산제 마토지 봐도 저랑 군조 숨부드베 라마 군주체 남마도 젠치레 레사타사 료게사 자와니네 매저리다 양이.
So in short, what we say when we say this line, that from now until the attainment of essence of enlightenment, that is the myself and all sentient beings, that from now till every one of us are enlightened, we have no one else to hope for, that you are our hope, and you are the ones who are going to save us and protect, and save us from despair and so on, that you are the sole protection, that who could grant us that comfort or the help.
장조 님부 세카르에서 장조들라 대화송구 장조 산제지 고풍 랑산제 라중 녀들 라중제 장조 송요래 장조 송고는 니부스데 대화 진비 장조 산제지 고풍래.
So as it said here, the essence of enlightenment in your text, the essence of the enlightenment, because the enlightenment itself is of three types: the enlightenment of the Sravaka, enlightenment of the particular Buddhas, and enlightenment of the great vehicle. So thus when we say essence of the enlightenment, that meant the full enlightenment, which is the Buddhahood.
장조 님부터 산제지 장조래. 치지 봐도서도 대마레 봐도서 그래. 치번에 여밤 레버레 고그래.
So chi, we just translated here as until attained, right? Until we attain that state, or until we have it, have or attain. So until we get to that stage, that please be our protector.
장조 님부라 치지 버르세 장조들라 내지 장조들 도바 장조 니샤주래. 대래 롱고 온도 제와다 드고 온도 제와 니요래. 다 이내도 고야면도 마지 유지 요래. 셴네 야부 요래.
So now as it says here, until the attainment of that essence of enlightenment, now that enlightenment becomes of two kinds. The enlightenment in terms of the residence or the enlightenment in terms of the insight. The former, and that is the second one, the incidental.
다 가르쳐내 장주 님보 산제지 고판될 차샤 대말레지 바르데라 아니 장주 님보라 치지 버도 반데라마 담바나라 저스쇼스 반데라마 담바나라 저스쇼스 다 반데라마 담바스디 군주 수고노네 산제 군주 그노는 조 라마레.
So until the attainment of essence of enlightenment, I or we go for refuge to the glorious sacred gurus. Now, the gurus, so amongst all the Buddhas, that the guru, that to you, that we take the refuge.
Pede lama se peda demba de doni sobe yishi jingu range nguru demba yimi peda demba chevare.
So sacred, which is translated here in Sanskrit word shiri, the shiri, which is a word for the here as the wisdom of non-duality of bliss and void. Now, as you are endowed with that wisdom of non-duality, bliss and void,
Lama siddha dama goma thama dire dama disgure la wo siddha la siddha dingle sigure.
So
lari sigdo dama re. Ine tonda shena guru chevar lama la guru seage gona ya yene Rusya rude mazda karuna seade nijige tonre yene chimbuchi da niji chewachi la sigure lama.
So the la and ma, the la meant the above, and next is negative, the one who is unexcelled by anybody. That is the word where the word is descriptive, and which is the
Padalama Tamanal Cho said by Cheram, but Chikunjo Sum Nula said about that Choju Sancho Kunjo Suma to Risata Mesa Lota, there Jenny, some Majeji Bado, or the Jamuchu. Padalama Tamanal Jos shows that Zoba Sanje Junden and all the Jos shows.
So, to those, the sacred gurus, which meant that one who is the highly qualified and highly compassionate, which is the word for the guru, and to you that we take the refuge.
Zobe Sanje June Zosia the Bangdo Zobere, Bangju Kanyo, Bang Saza Bambazo, Toba Kanyo Bay Yunde, Toba Yunde Karitogu in Ru Sarre, Tobazo. So,
and next it says that I go for refuge to the fully enlightened Buddhas, right? So fully enlightened, fully is translated, which all who have consummation, the total consummation of the all the required realizations, and total freedom from all the fallacies. So that's why use word fully here.
Sanje Seatilla, Buddha Chori. Buddha Seate Ni Sevata, Medo Bema Kajewa Nilan Juyor, Chida Sang Jet 20 Yori. Sanje Sangeri Kukunto Dudu, where Panguya Kangapang the Nyomo, the Shija Driva Pangswa is a Ni Seve Suru, where Joyori. Shija Tam Jangusun to Chayoiza, the Lojeva, Medo Bema Kajeva Suru, Lojeva Chuainza, the Ninja, the Shed Sansa, Sang Yes, Mida Shavar, Sanje. So, the
Buddha, as used for the word Sangye in Tibetan and in Sanskrit Buddha, which means to blossom or being fully awakened. The awakened, if we take the word awakened, that because of the awakened from the sleepiness of the two kinds of obscurations which block the attainment of the like which delusive obscuration and obscuration which block the direct knowledge into all phenomena. And as he is fully awakened from them, so awakened, Or if you take blossomed, then one who is blossomed and fully blossomed in the insight over the all phenomena. So that is the description of the Buddha.
다 좀 내서 좀주 가르쳐도 안에서는 뒤지 좀 버리.
So Bhagavan, as it translated in Tibetan, Chom and then, Chom, which means to destroy or to conquer. What he has destroyed or conquered is he has total victory over the four maras.
뒤지 데 가르쳐서 녀모베도 치다기도 라이부도 봄부도 뒤지 요리. 뒤지부터 차라니 요리. 뒤지 라바데 사마제 고는 좀 도그래데 참무 좀도 상제는 마도 좀 도그요 말에.
So the four devils or the four maras upon which he had the victory, those four are namely the of the delusions, the first delusion, and of the death, and of the aggregates of the skandhas, and fifth or fourth one, the Putramara. And there are two kinds in themselves, the gross and subtle. The gross one could conquer earlier before one attains full enlightenment, but to remove the subtlest of subtle maras, one needs the full total enlightenment.
좀제 다 내셔야되나 내야 취되는 주요리. 다도 좀 먹어야지. 야, 좀 주다네 장 다예루다.
So
좀 내지.
Chom, which is the conqueror or to have a victory over, right? Then is to possess, which is the another syllable expressed in the Bhagavan, and to possess the six qualities. Now let's not go over them.
단 내세야 존내 내세야 되라 방가wen세야 존내 깨두리 되는 내요 말이야 좀 되면도 요 말이지 내세야 돼 로자와 수기야 자르리 된 거라 자야 되라 내세야 세요 담발에 산제게 center라 지대는 대바 손요리 대인자 대약해 자리인자 지대는 대베 세수르제 자네 내제거리 좀 내내
So in this word Bhagavan, when translated into Tibetan, we have the translation as Chom, Den, and De, which is not really in the composition of the word Bhagavan. There is an addition made by the Tibetan translators, because they derived it from one of the attributes given to the Buddha in a text called referring to that text, in that text it says that having crossed the ocean of the existence, so they added that cross, which is the dead.
就是求下他刚刚里的，就是求是就是下的的，没我让是陪陪说的不这个呢，就不然呢，就让个头一生啊呗，就让个没机会了，就不然去下个车就不得噻。
So
就是求这样。
I take refuge, or I go for refuge, right? So as it is colloquially we go, I take refuge in you, which means that I need your help, so please take care of me.
담배 취는 나就是求是담배 취的，这当취 생에的，要不中呢，담배 취下취个的那现过的，现在취个的那主要的，취个的那主的些是的呢，这些个些是些的嘛都，我没出路的。
So
你们去写下呢，不入的呀，要么的。
So we go for refuge to the sacred Dharma teachings, sacred Dharma, sacred, right? Again, in Tibetan, Tambe Chu. So that Dharma, a sacred Dharma, if we are to talk about what really is Dharma, then it becomes of the 10 items, right? And if we try to talk about it, it will only confuse us, right? Because that becomes exclusive enjoyment for the great gishis from the monasteries. Otherwise, by the end of the day, we will find ourselves more mixed and confused.
Chuni Sheja, Lamdani, Yangende, Yeji, Suna Tsita, Genjo, the Genbajo, Chulu, Laos, and Hakajuri. Tatu Shanani, Janglada, Penda Penguri, Jidan Shija Naja Chu, the Rashamari. Tamaras Chu Sia de la Tuja Gonshida, the Chu, Tambia Raji Maduba Residu, the Shija Samala Chu Suri. There is Janji the Chu, the Timari. Chu Tamja the Janu Karche, Teko, Sato Doda Rida, Janu Chaka Yamari, Churva. There is Chu Tambe Chu, called the Tambe Chu Siade, Tambe Chu Siad, Tambe Chu Sijana, Yagalin Deva.
So,
Goden, Yagal Deva, Goden, Lamde, Golam Yubudri.
So, that in that case, phenomena is countable into 10. That those are true as Dharma, as phenomena, and countable unto 10, and the void of inherent existence above them, and so on.
Let on board some shade of Jingaras could be true of Jilla, and the church have true to say me, Nansung don't let job to Gurava, Koi don't let much of the Aras, that she has to Nansung Joguri. The nigger on the Jigin church, the Tambe church, the Tambate, Giolako worry. Tamamen Ju, so much in Monche this year, Tama Gio, Tame Miguel Kuguri. San Gueshu.
So, in this case, Sacred Dharma here stands for the noble cessation and the noble path. Out of Four Noble Truths, they taking refuge in the noble cessation and noble path. And whereas the other way of describing it could be like Sacred Dharma, sacred as virtuous. The Dharma as for the virtue, and if we do the virtuous activities, as it will save us from falling into lower realms. So thus, we can also use the sacred for the virtue.
That chul just chula, Golamni, Pena, Sanje, Janshu Simba Palam to Denge Gangari, Pabe Lam to the Pabe Gonzasu to Julia, Banguya give a diva bangbe bangwashi, Tim Bangbe Yunderi, Toguya give a Toya, Tobachi, Toba Lamgiran, Tell Toba Bangdo Nibutiri, or did Tambe Churi. So you would have Chowdu Cheva could you payment the Motola, Chu putting another Sisha Terran, Misa Demi worry.
So, when we say I take refuge in the Dharma, then here we are referring to the noble cessation and the noble path. The noble cessation, now that is the total freedom of the delusion or the obscurations which one needs to be freed from in order to be an Arya being. A total freedom from the state of freedom, or having a state of abandonment, or having removed all the obscurations need to be removed to attain the state of the Arya state. And that is the noble cessation, and noble path is his insight. His knowledge is the noble path. And in two of those, we take the refuge, noble cessation and the noble path of the Arya beings, which is their abandonment and the insight. And when we take refuge, here we concentrate or focus our attention on those scriptural texts which we visualize on the rear paddle.
That Pabe Gindu Nala Jos Chosa, Pabe Gindu Sidu, Pax the Kanya Pavaris, Paza Javaroya, Paza Janamaransu, the Zechas, Paza Tosu, the Jetugdo, Yapatugdo, Pabe Gindu Paza, the Tosu Kitsel Mare, Suju Sadapa, Suju Mari, Suju Leande, the Papa Sing at the Resori, Palam Tosori, all the Pabe Ginduri, Jawiri, Jawita, Jawibe, Kunjo Treasure, Kunjo Sungi, Pabe Ginduri.
So as it says, I go for refuge in the community of the Arya nobles, or the Arya Sangha. We can say Arya Sangha. The Arya what are translated in Tibetan as Pakpa, which means one who has leaped or one who has transcended. How far they have transcended, or how high was their jump, It is much higher than we could jump physically, because they jumped right above the common.
Aya Sangha ni yore, aya se de pabare. Sangha gidu. Rede Sangha de gidu jigo cheo mare. Sangha ke katul juna, deba to chokba kangal gore. Tegwa yinzane. Ngaranso paba mena ebe, ngaranso gelong gitsure badine, taba gelong jit dude yona. Paba de mare de chokba yinza gidu. Sume che de gindu mare, tenza telebe, tegu shoguya de tenere. Sanga ki gedu ki toni shena tenere. Tali gindu tere chaja, pabe gindu, pabe kanza, tewe nan teba chimbo. Ta, niwa, dama yung ki tola janshu simba, jame yang zo chebe, pabe gindu, tuzu jangu chebare. Ta minsa de la, paden lama dama nal jas jo sidu, chi ki kolo dinjo, tarin tala, rangi jiwe lama so,
So, as it says, Aryan Sangha, right, or the noble ones, translated as noble ones. So, word Sangha as translated in Tibetan as Gendun, but in Sangha in Sanskrit means also community, assembly. To assemble, so that even though one is not an Arya being, but if there's assembly of the 4 Sangha member, then that qualify that community as the Arya, community as a supreme community here. So if there are less than 4, then that may not. But if there's assembly of 4, that becomes the Arya Sangha community. And in them we take refuge.
Ta Padelama Damana just Lama de Minsadi. Ta Chayusul decision Pogori. Lama de Zo Colo Dinjotice. The Taring Talajuba, Juba Lama Sol Salton.
So when we take refuge, now to go review that when we take refuge in our gurus, that we focus on the guru and all the lineage gurus who surround the root guru.
Zobe Sanje Jonde Nala Sanje de Yagenda Batola Tomba Shaja Tobatala Sanje Cordeva Titanchi, Nula Nanjo Matela, Yedam Judiji Cordeva, you would Sanje Kondon, Sanje Jocho de Santon.
So when we take refuge in the fully enlightened Buddhas, then we take refuge in the Buddha on the immediate right parallel and front that Yogini. All those a collection of the meditation deities. Two of them we especially focus.
Tambechu Nala just says, Kuja window, Magona Yube, Soshi Nambe, Pangdo, and then the long Chu putting a number channel Zisha, they have Sonado.
So when we say I take refuge in the sacred teachings or the Dharma, then that we should focus our visualization on the rear panel, where we have the pile of the scriptural texts, which is the manifestation of the realization in form of scriptural text. To them, we special focus.
Pave Gindu knowledge of Gindu Gujo de Yoga Toli Yobe Jambe Yoga Tala, Neve Session Tevachim Gindu, Ane Druve Rangia and Yetu Gordeva Teja, Tarin Tali Yobe Chojun Suma. So
now when we take refuge in the Arya Sangha, then we focus our attention or envisioning on the great Manjushri, who is in the form of the Bodhisattva, encircled by the 8 other great Bodhisattvas and the Sravakas and Bodhisattvas in the form of emanations, and also the Dharmapalas who are encircling. So to them we focus. So, as it begins with that, until I attain the state of the fully enlightened Buddhahood, that or until from now time forth until the attainment of essence of enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha. Until the attainment of essence of all enlightenment, I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha, and so on. That should go before each one of them, the Guru, the Buddhas, and the Dharma and Sangha. From this day, from now until attainment of essence of enlightenment, which meant from this day till my full enlightenment is accomplished or attained.
Sanje manto jibado kunjo sonla jabbe tengware mado dangarangu tonso kunjo mugu sirage sanjam yamare.
So until we attain the full state of enlightenment, we need the help of the three jewel. That there is no way on the way in a way we could claim that now I'm independent and I no longer need the help of the three jewel.
Anzu tampi chung pyo ki kesha chizu kugumare ga dosa le de la ujen pemba.
So we have a proverb in Tibetan saying, that crossing the abyss or the dangerous places or the Patul Sambhava, and when you are on a very comfortable or the very good road, then you are singing a song at the top of your voice. That doesn't work. They're everywhere, and one should take refuge.
다 kunjo sung sudu lama sanje ni kunjo sanje kunjo chegre lama sanje tel dugure sanje chu gindu sung dere.
So when we say three when we say three refuge, then Buddha and Gurus are counted as one. So Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So Buddhas are counted in the Buddha, so Gurus are counted in the Buddhas.
Kunjo sunja lo jangdu chani jangdu zoba di ngarang jiba kun chingwa kun de be khoda me sungu du nge jiba changwa li joya gi da be sanje mato bagi jangdu de la kunjo sung changu gure.
So we need the help of the all entire three refuge, because we are with all the bondages, and we are within the grip of all the danger, and we are within the chingwa or all the bondages of the delusions. So thus, in order to break ourselves free from that, we need the help of the all three refuge, complete.
Jiba naga reze la kunjo sunja go mare chingen digire. Kunjo sunga na be ali je tama chane be ji phabe gindu ge na gindu ji le digire. Tena mene be lama do do su de ba yema chi gi mi da sha ne jiba rijo be ne be chi na gon de ba re ro de thu jo na su de ba yo chi gi be mi da jo chi si lam na te phen ro re. Tene phen be lo jo ma yo re. Ma ra su jiba yong zo se go yin za an ku jo sung me na ku jo sung la ma den ba ndi gi yo ma re. Ma ra su be ne ba la ma sung ko to me ba ne na de be ne ba yo ring. So now the we are
our mission is to get rid of, also that we have to get rid of the entire, all the bondages and all the fear, that we want the freedom from all the bondages and all the fear. So thus we need the help or the protection of the all three refuge. Otherwise, just to get help for a single or little, the single problems or predicament, even one of the three jewel could be of help us to alleviate us from that problem. So, for instance, if we meet with any kind of danger, just remembering even a single, the Sangha member, as somebody to whom we have great respect, just taking shelter or seeking his help, calling for his help, could help us to get rid of that problem. But since we are here to remove ourselves or get freedom from all the bondages and all the fear, and we are more like a chronically ill and suffering for so long, so we do need an expert, excellent physician, a very good nurse who could minister us, and proper medication. All three are required. So, in order to take refuge, and this field, subject matter of the refuge is such a broad and extensive that it can't be taught in a few sessions, that it becomes a most involving subject matter, that which we need to study for the years and years and with the most treatises. But what we need here in a very simple is like a strong faith in the quality, the great ability or yundan or the ability of the three jewel, and our total faith in their capacity or capability, and our full trust in them. With those all present, and if we could do the reception of the nectar, and that will become effective. So, when we say I take refuge in the gurus, then we receive the nectar from the guru at center, and when we say I take refuge in the Buddha, we receive nectar from the Buddhas and the meditation deities who are on the front pedal, and when we take refuge in the Dharma, the scripture text on the rear pedal, and Sangha on the left pedal, from them we receive nectars and try to think that nectar cleanses away all our negativities, obscurations, along with their seed or the latencies. So, and first, the cleansing of all the defilements or the stains inside oneself, especially the defilements concerning the transgression of the teachings of the three jewels, vows concerning the three jewels. Those are cleansed, and through the feeling of the one's body with the nectar, and ones are being blessed and transformed by the blessing of the three jewels, thus transmitted through the nectar. And also one's full conviction or one's full satisfaction that one is now well taken care, one is on the total shelter of the three jewels. So we should really try to work on a firm belief that I'm now under the shelter. I'm well sheltered by the three jewels, under the protection or under the shelter of three jewels. For instance, if somebody surrenders to a king, and if king grants shelter, then he feels very safe and security that now nobody is going to bother him, since he is under the charge of a very mighty, powerful being. In the same way, to convince ourselves that I am now under the protection or the shelter of the three jewels, that should be really worked on. So these three attributes are very essential for a proper refuge, taking refuge. First, the believing that all one's negativities are cleansed. So second, that one is one received the blessings, Jupa. They will receive the full blessings of the three jewels. And third, one's being well under the shelter or the protection of three jewels. These three conviction is very essential, indispensable for a complete refuge. So, so now if you are going to repeat this taking of refuge several times, then what you can say only once, that I and all living beings equal to the extent of space from this time forth until the attainment of the essence of enlightenment, right? You can say it only once, then just say, I go for refuge to the glorious sacred gurus and so on. You can just, just repeat from there.
다들 저로 제버리 셰차리 다들 가서 차샤마도 완전히 가시 도만에 시자 제우셰우사 시자 제우셰나 저누게 니만 가시 제사래 사삼마래 당에 저로 두버지 셰는 마도 야도 이거 말해 다 저유 두두 건도 노루 제기는 저유 누게 신도도 마부 뭐 라마 지고 상도는 리그래 라마디에 랑게 라마 상제 도지추 나바젠체. So now this I think we will have to disclose here about the refuge. I was approached earlier that we need a most extensive teaching, but if I have to give a most extensive teaching, the refuge itself is going to take several days.
So, but now next I will give you this is the extensive way of going it, right? The most extensive way. Now the simpler, there's accordance with the Kundu Nobuluk, accordance with the Tsem system, where the compendium Tsem system, we may call it, then we can visualize our guru in the form of Buddha Dharma. So Buddha Dharma, who looks just identical to the Vajra Dharma, but color-wise red, and holding the bell and the Vajra, and crossed at heart, and his feature is just same, just the color is red, and more description will follow. Now how that encompass that all three refuge. Now the very physical form of the guru is the Sangha refuge. And his speech is the Dharma refuge. And this very mind of the guru is the Buddha refuge.
Oh yeah. That is a that Tseme Lama Dalache in the Jodu Sinje Tsemeji, that Simje Gore, Ali Dombo, Lama Valnerali Chever Simje la, Dobanide Simjes, Simje de la Zobe Chanshun Dovachigore, Simje Deva de Sanje Tondo Gore.
So,
Domba somebody Madekasha Yusha, since you actually told me, Sanje Togo, somebody Gore.
So, now, above that, then after taking refuge, right, we need the next immeasurable is the four immeasurables, right? The four immeasurables, that's the now for bodhicitta, now we need for a bodhicitta, there should be the presence of the two dumba, or the intention. That is our wish or our desire to attain the full enlightenment. That is a must. And so actually there's
Sanje Gobu Togo somebody Sanje Gobu Toya Tanda Garesana Sanje Gobu Tona Maji Younger somebody Simje Mare Sanje Gobu Toya de Tanda de Jendon de Migore Sinje Tam Jig Tanda Dugudu, the Duya Sanje Mato Yamari, these are Simje Tondo, Sije Taji Tonda la Sanje Gobu Togo Sambe Dumade Sanje Tondo Numadu Dumba Sudu Tondo Nubasuri. So there is a Sijig Ton Jendo, Sijan Taji Ton Jendo, Jendon Jego Sambe Dubachi Yodan, that Jendo de Jingé de Sanje Mato Maba Inza, Sanje Ti Tonda la, Sanje Tondo Nubadi, Simje Devadiri.
So,
Sanje Tam Jig Tondo, Sanje Gumo Togu, Sambachen Res.
So, to make a bodhicitta complete, we need two aspirations, right? Two aspirations. The first aspiration is our keen desire to attain the state of enlightenment, that not because I want it to be comfortable. Then the second aspiration is because that the only instrument with which the suffering of the all sentient beings could be elevated is the state of enlightenment. Because of that, I need to attain the state of enlightenment. So the second aspiration is that for the well-beings of all sentient beings, aspired for the well-beings of all sentient beings, then the wanting to attain the state of enlightenment. So the bodhicitta with these two aspirations.
Dagi Zoba Sanji Kumo Toba Chela, Sinja Taja Koa Dungi Jasuli Dreni, zobe janchu dewalang gobar cha sidu simjeri be rang sanje gomo tobache ani sinje taje be ko dongeli adene sanje sala ko dong samati simjeri.
So as it goes on your third paragraph, the once I have attained the state of fully enlightened Buddha, I shall free all beings. So that is the generation of the bodhicitta.
당은 주제 시제 다음 제주도 조바 산지 고보 도바자스야 코니 지금 한디 쇼르모 돈다 집어리기도.
So as the way the words are arranged, we say in order to benefit all sentient beings, I will attain the state of enlightenment, right? So our whole purpose of attaining enlightenment becomes for the
다게 조바 산지 고보 도바 제라 심제 타지 고에도 메지자 솔리 데니 조베 장초지 데발은 고버자스 심제 타지 조베 장초지 데발은 고 삼바디 심제 데바디제 데 심제 대체도 도전에 주면 남지를 봐냐 솔랑으로 지오스도 대도나들라 내주면 남지를 봐냐 솔레냐는 지금 인 삼바디 아니 조심제 내다 제세 저발 러브 인 삼바디 조심제 심제 너번이 되게 시제 상용어리 다 들려요 세메지 상용어리.
So this line as it goes, that once I'll attain the state of fully enlightened Buddha, I shall free all beings from the ocean of samsara suffering and lead them all to the bliss of full enlightenment. That becomes a wishing bodhicitta, right? Then as on your next sentence, as it starts, it is for this purpose that I shall practice the stages of the Vajra Yogini. That becomes our engaging bodhicitta. That for that to meet that end, then I do the practice of the Vajra Yogini. And also this very prayer includes the 4 immeasurables as well. So now again go back to this paragraph where it says the all beings that we mention, in order to lead all beings, so that all beings is the reference for the great immeasurable neutrality, because it does not single out any, but one wants to lead every single sentient being, all beings.
고에다 도메지 자솔레 드레니 세야되게 니지 상용어래. 신자다지 고에 도메지 자솔 고에 도메 나와데라 니지 제니 도메텔레야 드레고 상어요래.
So as it says here, I shall free from the ocean of samsara suffering all beings from the ocean of the samsara suffering. Now that is the immeasurable compassion.
조베 장쇼제데와 고버자스 도메리 드레네 신가와 제기인스는 조베 장쇼제데와 고기인제거래. 어디 신자타지 데월로 고기인스야 되게 잠바세면 상용어래.
And then as it says, and lead them all to the bliss of the full enlightenment. Now that fulfills the great love, that after relieving them from the suffering of samsara, then where are you going to lead them? Then our one's resolution to lead them to the bliss of the full enlightenment.
Deva nandi deva jenda mera zobe chanchu deva lango chasiyore sinja taja sanje sala ko to yo no sanje ki deva de joro tsani meba deva tembuchire te iza deva joro mebe jurme ki deva shendu temba tela ne sona an sinja ki to la tsani sinji meba lega tsani me ken yindu te rang singri rang sambaye simbare te iza gawa cheme te changni yo.
So our resolution that wanting to lead them all to the bliss of the full enlightenment, right? Then that becomes the most durable, lasting bliss, right? The bliss of the enlightenment never exhausts. So there's no, it is the most durable, lasting bliss. So thus, if one could do that, then that becomes the greatest joy. So immeasurable joy is as well also included here, but because of this last line.
다 신제지 세메 시다 제번 리송아 다 세메 라마 다 라르제 세메 시제 다 저수주 저유 두지레 라마도 고조를 뭐 지나면서 차세지 저수 치오스
So that is the biggest joy, because that if one could lead to them to that, that is the biggest joy and biggest satisfaction for oneself. So immeasurable joy. Now next is the taking refuge and the requesting. Now taking requesting, where we have the three here.
저유 저 도자도 저유 그 공조 소랑을 팀 랑게 타고 신진스 대 요소지요 말에 가는데는 멜젠데 알리 신진스 봐 늦어버려 다그 두진 배장 제신 봐 공조 그 두진 보요나 라다 신진 타질 봐 신진 다음제에 도진내 좀 고모 토송 삼아버지 디지정 신도메 주고 류사메스 롱골 주네 도진내 좀 골 주네 오르시아 페르네 지우 페르 접제네 사라랑 그 사지 시간 다바카지 시간에 페르송 삼아지.
So by the reception of the nectar from the object of three refuge, then a third thing that receiving that not only on oneself, but everyone you have visualized around yourself, then that transforms the mind of all sentient beings to the non-conceptual Dharmakaya, their mind, and their body, non-contaminated So the mind becomes non-conceptual Dharmakaya, and the body the non-contaminated Sambhogakaya. All sentient beings, they receive that, and receives the form of the Vajra Yogini, and just like a bird leaves a tree, they all leave to the state of the Buddhahood.
아니 신전에서 라마도 고초를 나와서 차지 제나지 다가 진지로도 수수되는 신의 초신을 튕주리.
So when all sentient beings have flown, they have flown to the Buddhahood, and then you can say that those three lines, and then all the objects of refuge, they melt and absorb into oneself.
다 배샤나라 요래 누지 저유나 호세 가마 팅수 나바 쇼네스 호세 가보 마보 호부송 거 나바 팅고도고 대슐루데 긴드데 호세 가볼 슈고레 랑게 치올팀.
So as it says here that the object of refuge before me melt into the form of white, red, and dark blue rays. So now the white, all the Sangha refuge, they melt into white rays. And Dharma refuge, they melt into red light and dissolve into the throat.
Sanje kunjo de waze hobola namba shone ta sanje sude lama yedam sanje tsurwa sanje kunjo de waze hobola shone rang nigal timore.
And the Buddha refuge, when we say Buddha refuge, of course the one's gurus, then the Buddhas and meditation deities, all of them melt in the form of the dark blue light and absorb at the center of one's heart.
So
now this is our section on the refuge. Now next is the blessing of the inner offering. Now in order to bless the inner offering, that if one were in the state of the ordinary, in the ordinary state, then one can't cleanse as something which is ordinary. So in order to purify that, so we have to work on the object of refuge, and we really need to work on the lamrim, the graded paths, and because when we do the visualize object of refuge, that them being the wisdom of the non-duality of bliss in the void, and that we really need to know all their great knowledge and qualifications and so on. There's something which we can think more about them, and without which that Tantra practice would not make much sense. So thus, I don't think you have quite in a workable condition of your lamrim training. So you need to work more on that. So taking refuge, that's a very tough. The refuge topic is very tough. That all these students, they discuss and debate for several sessions, and to come to teaching, again they get real confused or lost, and then they again go back to their classroom and debate, and it is a tough and very wide subject. So if we do have a little understanding, then even for, say, single one guru, his body is the Sangha, his speech is the Dharma, and his mind is the Buddha. So when they melt into light, too, the gurus in the form of the blue light at the center of one's heart, and dharmas in the form of red light inside one's throat, and the Sangha in the form of the white light absorbs into one's forehead, crown head. Try to think, convince yourself that because of that absorption, one received the entire blessing of the body, speech, and mind of the three jewels. So, as one has the reception of as one has received the blessing of all three jewels, that gives a very great comfort or the great bliss inside one's mind. Try to convince yourself that it brought immense bliss inside, and also at the same time the voidness, a sense of great void. No, rangi simde nyaoyu le dewa nyao, nongyu le dong sang tong, ngeyu le rangi meba yin, samba donye ngeba chayani, tawazi nyamba jana, jayu tang tambe jalu tiri, jalu gu zo jikri. So, that one experiences, at that time, one experiences the bliss, but is certain, but sees the voidness, apprehends the voidness, but in confirmation, the voidness, the being void of inherent existence, apprehension of emptiness. So, and within that state, the one should contemplate for a while.
That only gumba is Tagi Sinje, the Sinje Tanjo Sanjo Tosia, Gonzo Sinje Gumbari, Tana de Tony Gumba is that Sinje Gunj, the Sinje Nian Song.
So this becomes the one of the ultimate refuge, you know, and also contemplating on the absolute bodhicitta. And earlier we have done the practice on the relative bodhicitta. Then here, as we contemplate on the emptiness as well, this becomes also the meditation on the ultimate bodhicitta.
Chengdu Sinje Yabo is just on the Doina. Chengdu Cheva is a Ninjung Yorva, Sarada Sinja Dongeli Betani, Chengdu Cheva is a Ninjung Teo.
So, if one has done the taking of the refuge and generation of bodhicitta, then we have also the renunciation, right? As you know, one of the factors, one of the reasons which has contributed for us to take the refuge was our fear for the suffering of the worldly existence and three lower realms in particular. So thus, that is the renunciation.
Chengdu Chane Simje Gumbarova, Simje Gumba is a Simje Rava, Simje, Minjung Jang Sinche. Lama Tim Chane Didung Ishi Gun, Dong Sansango, Dongye Gumba is a Minjung Jang Sin Yanda Tavasu, Lamchizo Naswan, De Gunja.
And then after the taking refuge, we took bodhicitta, right? And after the absorption of the entire refuge, object of refuge, now here we are in the state of wisdom of non-duality, bliss and void, we contemplate on the emptiness. So we are meditating on the ultimate bodhicitta. So within this small gap, we are also meditating on three principles of path. That is our meditation on the renunciation and bodhicitta and ultimate truth.
Ta kundu nobu lu che ne kundu tagi la kundu lama chi chigo che ne goya de ko sung tu sung yi de ko do je nam na sung do je ba me to do je me je ba ba te yin za na na kundu ka bu ba me kundu ma bu me je ba kundu gu bu re ko sung tu sung ta da che yu sung kundu re ba te da te ma che go ya ju ne te re do ya kundu gindu ku ju je le ting wo ya na na je le go bu re sung do je ba me de ma le yo yin chu ku ju de le ting go ya te re to do je me je ba ni ga le go go yin za san je ku ju go bu shu ni ga le go go ya te re ta do ne ko ke she be ko ji ya ga da le she ba re ma do te gong go ya la pen do gong pen da ga re ma do ne ko gong mo go de gong go ma su lo gong go ma re gong go da la gong gong la no de yo re.
So the Vajrakaya, the Bharutsana, who is the white, blue in color, and as he is the Vajrakaya of the Buddhists, and when we visualize Guru as in single, right, one body, white in color, Bharutsana white in color, and the Amitabha, who is the speech, Vajra speech. Yeah, that is red in color, and Asubhya. Asubhya white. Asubhya is white in color. No. Vijuba. Asubhya is blue in color. Who is the Vajra mind of the old Buddhists. And when we absorb them respectively at our heart, at our throat, at the crown of our head. And those we don't need to meditate, but as for the information. So when we have the three places, Asubhya, who is blue in color, we have him at the center of our heart.
me tanda junzen shegu yus jayu janu khadula me gwa chaya ge junzen shegu yoris.
You don't need to visualize them, but I'm giving you the reasoning. As we are still discussing about again back on the refuge, I'm giving you the reasoning. These you may not carry on your meditation.
Tande da choba chenlo chegoya di dewa chen tseme lama da larje da tseme neju sani ani de tseme neju la jangru sinji do singunde ani lame neju re ma do choba chenlo chida yo mare te me ya de nie dang dang de zi nyon se ya de jisu saben ge sung de saje lu su re saje lu su la choba yo mare daje choba yo mare daje la agamba de segu mare.
So I hear now we're to bless the offering, and but in the yoga, in the 11 yoga, you don't find the section called on the blessing of yoga or blessing of dharma here, right? The reason was that was drawn accordance with Satya, and if we do it accordance with Satya, then one does not need the offering for the self-generation. Because of that, that section is not here on those 11 yogas. They say self-generation is the specialty of the concentration, or the greatness of the concentration, and front generation or Dungi is the specialty of the Ding Choba offering.
Chewa de doya de daje ge tinge ze ge chewa se de daje gombe go de ran hati yabu ji go ne tinge ze yabu gongo res ran le chewa phu go ma res jani thung ji ra re khalan ji ra wa de chewa go ma re chewa re.
So when we say this self-generation is the specialty of the concentration, specialty in a very exclusive meaning of saying, that when we visualize ourselves, our main focus on self-generation is to appear oneself, generate oneself in the aspect of the deity, that so one shouldn't be concerned about making offering to oneself, since one will eat that anyway.
Deje jeni döme gudu çöbe yapı figure çosa dijun çego insan deje de çöbe figure jeni deje de çöbe çöben döngü sunguyor sadece lusu dire.
Whereas the front generation should be specially done with also the making offerings, because the front generation we have invoked in front, we are generated in the front, and thus as they are here for our sake to create the merits, so we should make our grand offerings.
다제 최배 최고 고래 다제래 최고 고래 너제래 띵이제 고래 너제래는 마고말 안에 하는을 건데시 산제 여바 상게 산제 나카고 요르데 가서 뱅고 말이 너제랑게 공고를 마도 버지게 공고는 한 다제래 최고 표고 존재인데 용다시다 남바 텀바고메 랑공고래 산제 사이 어디다 몽고셰 조초된 정 말이야.
But in both cases, now we need the offering for the self-generation as well as front generation, and also we need the concentration on both, right? We do need the dignity or the concentration on the both. The front generation, also self-generation, has to be also maintained through the concentration and worked with concentration, as well as front generation that has to be also visualized and has to be maintained with concentration. And because that without our concentration being worked on, we can't have that front generation visualized, right? It needs to require our visualization. Otherwise, the Buddhas are ever present all over. But what really we should help, for our help, we have to visualize that through our concentration. So
Sanje sa yongda jis yores. Sanje sala.
So we have to make the offerings to the self-generation as well. And this Yongta Shi, at the state of the full Buddhahood, there are four perfection, or the four perfections, we can say. So for perfection, the first, the full perfection of the physical kaya with the major and minor signs. So that we visualize right now, right? Because that we visualize ourselves in form of the deity with all the implements and appearances of the Buddha, that we visualize it.
Yore, Teta number Tamba, Terisani Maransu Gundi, Jaikon Gungudos, or the Shinus Daba Gungioris.
So as a resemblance to those four perfections, we maintain the concentration in resemblance to those four perfections. The second, like the perfection of the field of the land, that we visualize are
Sanje Sanibe, Sosuchi Choguya Yomari, Melonjo Zube, Koran Redi, Choguju, Jedena John, Samologus, Besunu Puni, Kangala Chuba Pusachi, Lonjo Yonsutawa Chubati, Maransuna Yege, the Samateja, the Sanji Sugumari. Mazu Samaduja, Sanji Puni, Sanji Shelley Chuba, Sami Chuba Rindugiori.
So, Lonjo Yonstapa, the third one, the total perfection of the Longzhu or the wealth.
Sanje Longzhu Zobuko, Longo Sulada, Sameji Chubamatu Kane Yobadi, Drugo Chogo Drugan Jiden Payong Kansule, Garas and Jay Dobuta, Chik Sumad of the Punayo, Korangi Chubakodi, Be Rojadan Demba, Be Sameji Chubari, Shell Chudu.
So, perfection of the wealth, that is the, like, whatever. So we do need to make the offering, like when we make offering to the Buddhas, that whatever we offer, that becomes like non-contaminated offering. Even the poorest kind of substance, for them that becomes the most delicate, most perfect item for. So edible, that it says in the Abhisama Alankara that for him, even the most untasty becomes the most tasty.
Chinda Chige Nyansele, Koromi, Sanje Yende Abomashe, Sanje La Shatugo, I Muditumba Jure, Kore Lama, Mudivitumba Drugi, Mudiva. Tayan Sanje, Shaja Tova the Mr. Keraja, they continue to Koranto Basil Haba, Ayu, Mio Samne, Sanje Lea Sunu Puri, Taji, Sunu Puni, Sanje, the nation, all the Pero, Shusadu, Kushela, Zuyak said, Soba, Tova Guri. Miss Sanje Nalia, Soba Drew, me Soba. Hotia Luni, Kumana Chuto, Luya Druni. Tomatsu Salikusha. So Sanje the nation. So
once, like the one of the family who did not like the Buddha, he was invited over for lunch just to test, and he prepared the elimination of the human elimination, and prepared that. And he has invited the Buddha along with his 500.
Then Sanje Tanya Tabangaja pay on the Nala pay on the Tamashi Kaviore, Tamadobati Amare. Panukutia Juni, Zongzena Luni, Netangaja Tomber, Kanga Chabari, she Tachi Chabari, someone knew to Cherovic Chabari.
So when the Buddha arrived, that there was no bad smell, but it was smelling real sweet all over. So then there was no foul smell. When he started pouring in the baking bowl, that was the best one of the very delicious, you know.
다 그런 게 라마 모디 덤바 드로버디 데네션이야. 조바 도바치 구 정말. 고마다는 구조사야 말에 democra니. 근데 모디 덤바 드로지바 사다쳐 마용바제 데네서 그저 마용바래. 그게 마담바래.
So then he invited his earlier teacher, who are the non-Buddhist, and when during their time, nobody could step in because of the foul smell. And since then, those teachers also didn't step on his door, neither he bothered to call them.
아니 야가를 야년다고 숨을리라 순용도 사요 말 고바데 대고래 고바데 대 시다게 동고동 메 고바날 대네 나칠 누고 말에 다 들어 무기죠 내 공부체 총부지게 땅아제요 콜라 땅아제를 차제야 근제 주르데 제 주가 땅아제를 제야 돼 고바 저방아제부터 수치표야 야내를 그제 다그 지진에들 차디 제 도도 제 그래 야뭐 따서 제 공을 제 그래 제가 저거 강가를 제 공을 제 그런 지진을 제 도도 상제를 표야지 어디서 제 그래 근데 민제 주가 저지 마사랑사로 매와 대사대도 상제게 돼 저거요 아니 건강하고 심지는 차고는 다 만족돼 다 코나라 동에 냐제데 카메라에 사지라로 잖아 다 상제 손이 용수조 산에 다는 레르바 수고 꼬냐고 아까 사미시셔
So
땡가서 개체리처럼 뭐 유튜브로
So the ones during the rainy season retreat, you know, where the monks stay in for three months, and then there was a famine in India, and everybody was having a real tough time. And so one of these benefactor, or the one who is sponsoring the rainy season, that he had some fodder left for the feeds he gave to the horses, right? And which are not really of good quality, and some are rot or gone bad, and bad rice. So he made the 2/3 of that left for the Buddhas and the others, and 1/3 he left to feed his horses. With 2/3, then when he started preparing the food and so on, that made Sheriputta real sad, because he knew that for us it's all right because we are all wandering about in the world's existence, but how come even Buddha, who is fully enlightened, for him to have to live with these kind of stable, you know, that kind of thought made him really sad about the whole situation, and he started crying.
There is one. That go Michishosway. Oh, yeah. And Sanjay, Garje Song Sumari. Sanjay, by Chen the Chingu, Kanga Kaninangu, Kaninamato, Shen Josamoshi, Chadezan Nangomari.
So, did Sheriputta cry? Yeah. And the Sheriputta, he started crying, and then Buddha, though he knew, you know, what he was crying for, but Buddha never answers and let them know that he reads their mind. He always makes sure they are asked. He talks, communicates, and he said, why do you cry? So he said, you have the full consummation of the two kinds of merit, two kinds of sambara, you know, but still having to live on or take the rotten rice, that made me real sad. So Buddha took a rice from his mouth and just said, just have a taste of it.
This but high dizil has ready.
But that was, it tastes so good and it smells so good, it will even excel that of the divine food or the gods.
And they can do so.
Asked how it tastes.
Me Roshimuni drink Samanius, Mule Samanu, Lumajele, the rating of 2 manus, or the day is a Sanjela, Rumishimba Rucho, don't know is a Chevakanga Samage Chevere.
So he said, the answer was that I have never eaten in such a food in the whole human land, neither have I heard that such a grain exists on this world. So what we meant is that to the Buddha, even the untasty or something of distaste also becomes the most tasty for him. And
Tantra Sanga Chuchaka Chesa, Mongana Sanjika Togu, Yoda Jita number Tumba, Dirava, Sanjika Longjuda number Tumba, Tana Cheva Chinjila, Chela Patu, Chela Gusu, and Devachi Miba Chewayadi, Yoda Changori.
So, since now here, the reason that why we make the offering to the self-generation is our practice is done in resemblance with the 4 perfections of the Buddha, right? So, as 4 perfections of the Buddha, we also do the practice of the perfection of the wealth. So, thus, for that reason, we make the offering to the self-generation.
Kodaba, Shindaba, Longjo Dabachi, Tan Zeva Daba, Sanjay and Zeva Yunsu Daba Siadi, Sanjay Longuda Alalarvade, Chokutuku Shaja Toba de Gine, Javanye, Sijuna Luz Juni, Chale Yamano, Jagansu Chura Sungu Yone, Tiringa, Me Yamalebe, Tunda Zejabatella, Getting a Dujabe, Drangme Pato Meba, Modir Mombu, Chiva Mombu, Kichi Kichilabe, Pendulu Sandu. Manja Hakukumari.
So, now those 4 perfections of the Buddha resembling which we which we integrate in our practice, right? This time, those 4 perfections of Buddha, the perfection of the body, the perfection of the field, perfection of the wealth, and perfection of the conduct, the virtuous conduct. The perfection of the virtuous conduct, for instance, if Buddha was giving a teaching for audience, at that very moment, he is also doing a tremendous, benefiting tremendous number of sentient beings right that time all over, which becomes unknown, which becomes beyond our fathom at this time.
Garazo did a number of Tumbatism, Devachi. Dajaman said Togala Hankurko, Devaja, Naje, Kava Dedu, Demi, was it to the Sijatam, Jagatunche, Sanja Tam, Jelachova, to the Cheguiva, or the Sanja and Zevat used to have number 2 Tanaguiori, among one and Zevati Adrutagiori.
So, in the same manner, the perfection of the virtuous conducts of the Buddha, like as to resemble that during our recitation, right? When we do the recitation, we try to extend the light towards all sentient beings, benefiting them. At the same time, while we are doing the recitation, we try to do the multiple way of benefiting all kinds of sentient beings. That is our way of resemble the perfection of the virtuous conduct of the Buddhas, right, at present practice.
Devo Sanjay Sai Yoda Jida number 2 Gumba Lamte, Maram Tanda Le Tombo Kosonibe, Tetan Drevo, which in Yanso Long Yuva Yinza, Kantilla, Sanga, Drevo Dojtivas, Drevi Mita, where did it. Parchentiva the Yomari.
As in Tantra, we have this ability to integrate the practice This practice, which resembles that of the full perfection of the Buddha, even at this present time, while we are at the initial stages of our course and practice. So because of that, our ability to incorporate in our practice the resemblance to the full perfection of Buddha, even at a causal stage. So thus we call it a resultant or yana, or resultant yana, because we emulate the results at a causal stage. So that name is not, title is not borne by the other yanas.
That Sanje Yone singing the Samji Mechaba Inza, Haku, Pena Sanje Shaja Toba Javujan to Rubi Sere, Kuchung, Puchuche, Lojunche. And the Aya wrote to Junchi the Sanje Sudan, Marans Tubit and Alan, Zabuli Misu, getting to just a teenage Mandemba, and Sanje in Jet to be Omari. Tenetemba Remato, Tola Tedema, the Sanje Saturday.
So the revelation of the great qualities or the great attainments of Buddha, the Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, he appeared to us as a son of King Shuddhodana, and born, and then as a child, the regular development and so on. That's his way of benefiting us, because without taking such a measure, that we won't be able to have that access. So to be of our level, to benefit us, he came the way we are and the way we can relate to. So that's because of one of his deeds. Otherwise, he is already enlightened.
Sanje Shaja Toba Yung Juman has the Korea Amen Kobana Jude, Maras Mingitan Kobana Puji or Samajor.
Shakyamuni Buddha, when his mother, Maya Devi, was carrying him to the perception of the other people, it looked like she's carrying a child.
Chanshu Simbatan, Papa Nyatu Ranji, Papa Sogeni, Besa, Young Juma Hanziki, Toana Laya, Podon Truji Guji, Sanjaki Beba, Podon, Be. Tell Chanshu Simbakur, Sanjeche, Pato Mevache. Whereas
to the perception of the bodhisattvas, they could see the full mandala, full mansion inside, where the Buddhists, where there's frequent traffic of the bodhisattvas going back and forth and giving the teachings at the same time. There's huge traffic of them going back and forth inside her womb.
Sanje Shajatuba, Peggy Yonida, Gonda Sim Shugu Yonida, Simjaka Tomazi, because Yomari, Sinjapato Meveton Zay Shimbayori. So
Shakyamuni Buddha, that whether he's laying down or at night or doing whatever, there's no single moment in which he is not engaged for the activities for benefiting sentient beings.
Jagala Sanje Jakin Gibe, Kewata Debe Duja Zodu, Gumazo Church in Nanshabra, Mr. Gumazo, Kudu Jugu Dangsun Sangre, Mado, Shikan Jemba Nala, Sanjebe, Zabuli Chigo, Chiota Janala Juyori, Zabuli Chiota Jayori, Taganaje, Shikan Shenda Badu Mevayori.
So, that when his immediate disciples ran out of the immediate disciples to whom he directly benefited, when they came to the last numbers, then Buddha appeared, passed into Mahaprabhu Nirvana, whereas there are hundred millions of the same kind of world where Buddha is still giving the teachings and doing all other virtuous conducts or deeds at the same time happening. Though it appeared that he has passed into Mahaprabhu Nirvana, when his disciples also are also taken care of.
Sanje shacha thoba ge ngazo lebe shatsa chimbu chenbe thu ge gumba shene lebe si shoba nangshe choju sanje tham che ge si shuyore.
Just as the Buddha always being attentive of our concern and being thoughtful about us, so is the case of all other Buddhas in entire 10 directions. They all are giving their thought on us.
No, no, ngazo tanto ledu gwa kare sanje jeju meba. Te rangi subi rangi karsa yonjande rangi nyebe soyu so majur to so ngara so dibe ne tanto sanje jebe kewa me sanje ke chile be jachimu juya ke be ju ma minde bare kana nima shayi war tana nima shadi war zabulina nima kanga shadi war azu de nima shagi yo mare bangal de kamalina ko de ngo sing si cha chi de war te kar ki chore nima chore kar che ba nima de ma shago ya de.
So the Buddhists they're all thought on us. They're always in the thoughtful about our concern and so on. Then why are we still in such a despair? Why are we still lagging behind? But who is at the fault? Who is at the fault? It is our personal fault that we are, because that sun is shining out all over the world, but why we are cold now, trying to wrap ourselves with a blanket. Who is to be blamed? Either sun or ourselves. Why we don't get the sunshine?
So
here why we don't get sunlight is because we have a roof on our head. So if you don't like the roof, we have to go out and go in the sun.
And so long, you think is the Tosan, Sanje, Juro, Majuro, Miga, Mosun Jegre.
So,
Tebachimilanga, Tombo, they should do it.
That we have to, if we wish to be matured and liberated, then what we need to do is follow. They follow him, and that follow, and we need to earn the merits and earn the insights, and then when we get on the first path of accumulation, where we gain our single-pointed concentration, named as Chujing Dingzin, or stream of Dharma, then whether there is Buddhas or not, we always see them all around us.
Today is that Chunani, Magada Zombie Tamju, the Shina, Sanjik Zeva Tembuchi Shaya Yori, Taina Tideshelo, Mendu Gesha Ganga, Member Shadachi Goko, turned out much, do Togu Mendu, the church in the Koala, Peshe water, Roger Share water, Long Down water, and Loni Shidashitan of the Tamala, Geju Guja the Kauri. But the share none drum of share this Shirango.
So, that in order to understand the great qualities of Buddhas and so on, the life about the Magata Sangmo, that really is very helpful, but we don't really have much time. But in order to give the teachings has to be taught with the analogies, with the illustrations, and with the reasoning, and with quotation of the quotes. But to give lots of quotations, then of course there's translator block. So that even though I may quote several, then he won't be able to tolerate that. And to give lots of the illustration, it sounds more like fable to you, and it takes lots of time. So, but one has to understand, with the teachings has to be taught with illustration, reasoning, and quotation. Then one has to establish that.
Yeah.